Hello, good afternoon. Today, my name is Ming, and today my topic is related to the speech in next week. And my topic is using the refrigeration techniques to reserve our bodies. And I will for the outline, I will introduce the body refrigeration techniques and their procedure, and I will talk about some related news and suspects. Then I will talk about some replacement techniques, which is related to our refrigeration techniques, and I will talk about the brain reserve. Yeah. Okay. First, let me introduce what is frozen bodies techniques. It's also called cryonics. And what is the purpose of this technique? Firstly, we have to use it to protecting and reserving our body units. And what this means, which means we can so protect our bodies longer, and then using the future techniques to solve the modern diseases. And in this point, we cannot guess what's our future techniques. How is the our future techniques can help human to um, treat what kind of disease we cannot measure, and but we can guess. So this is a long term goals to help people to solve the disease. Okay, then what's the procedure? Firstly, we need to inject the multiple chemistry drugs to in our bodies and to prevent cells decay. Then it also means the low temperature is not enough to reserve our bodies. We also need to chemistry drugs, and then we have to reserving our bodies under 196 Celsius degrees. I found it in internet, and I'm not sure it's correct or not. And then in future prediction parts, I want to say people can use these techniques live forever, because when they will feel they will die, they can use techniques to reserve their body, and then they will survive in the future, maybe 10 years later, and then they survive. After they survive, when they feel they will die, and they will use these technologies again. So it's crazy. Um, in some religions, this techniques is evil, because it's against the nature rules, right? So I also disagree with these techniques, but it have to be improvement, because we are human. Yeah, human always have to invent some new things. Yeah, and these techniques probably be controlled by government. Maybe some criminals will use this technology to do something bad. Yeah, so it's probably be controlled by government. And then about some related news, where it come from? Why people will thought these kinds of techniques to prevent our body technologies using to prevent our body units? I would like to introduce interesting. So it's about Yeti mystery. What is Yeti? Actually, people don't know now, but we can find it absolutely. They are not human. Maybe they are some animals. Now we can definite they are abominable snowmen, right? And they live in Himalayan mountain, and they are taller than average human. And Yeti was also mentioned in 1832 from James Princeps. This man is a visitor, and in 1925 he visited Himalaya mountain and he took the picture of Yeti. It is exactly a picture. And in this picture, scientists can find it absolutely not human. Um, and firstly, scientists guess this life maybe they are like AB. AB is like a kind of animal that is monkey. Yeah. From they prove it from their behaviors and body structure, but in 2014, um, geneticists reported the DNA of the Himalaya Yeti monster is most similar to the 4 million years old genic signature of a non-extinct breed of polar bear. So it's non-extinct polar bear, and it's a kind of Asian polar bear, but now it's not exist. So we can guess is why their bodies can be reserved now. So scientists use this. They guess is using low because of the low temperature to preserve their bodies, and now they really survived. That's crazy. And then for the replacement techniques, we're using replacement techniques connected with our the cryonics, and we're using both together, and maybe our body units will die, then we will reserve it and replace it. And for the brain reserving, I think it is a kind of techniques then better than cryonics, because um, we just have to reserve our information about our brain's information, and maybe we have we don't have to reserve our whole brain to make our survive, and we use these techniques to reserve our information, our memory of our brains, to maybe sometimes put in some robots and machines, make we survive. We can see the world again. Thank you.